Lady Walker Show.
Howdy, 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 and more howdy to you. Welcome to the Lady Walker Show. I am Lady Walker, and we have a Jim Dandy of a show in store for you, my beloved peeps. My guest is all the way from Raymond, Mississippi, yes, and she is the owner of Sassy Creations Decor. Let me rephrase that. Sassy Creations Home Decor Basket Gifts. And she is going to tell us about the up-and-coming event that will be taking place on November the 24th, 2018. Welcome to the show, RoShelle Halcomb.
Thank you for having us.
Oh, much obliged. And look, girl, I'm thinking about Holcomb, but it's not Holcomb, it's Halcomb. All right.
Get that all the time.
Do you? Well, anywho, you are here and you are going to tell us about the event that's coming up after Thanksgiving.
Yes.
That is right after Thanksgiving.
Sacred.
But before you go into that, tell us just a little bit about who RoShelle is.
Well, I am a retired social worker with the state. I was with the state of Mississippi in mental health. I did that for about 31 years and retired from the state of Mississippi and jumped into my own business.
All right.
So.
Now, you worked for 31 years, and
Yes.
I know before we started taping, you said you enjoyed what you did.
I really did.
Because there are people out here in the world that do not enjoy what they
They-
do. They are working, but they do not enjoy it. They know, okay, I gotta have the money.
It's a job.
It's
A lot
a job.
of people say it's a job.
Exactly.
It was a job that I enjoyed doing every day. I worked with the individuals with developmental disabilities, and it was just a joy to go in and just be with them, see the different, each day was something new.
That was a Monday through Friday.
Monday through Friday.
You didn't have that like on Sunday, you get the headache and you dread Monday.
No.
I dread
I
Monday
just-
because it's work day for you.
And when I would go in on some Monday mornings, I can hear one of my individuals would be calling my name, and I'm like, it's Monday morning, early, I hear him calling my name. And so I'm like, okay, let's go see what's going on, go in, and he just always would call my name.
Really?
And so it was a joy. It was a joy.
So now you have retired.
I have retired, and I'm enjoying it because I'm doing something that I've always wanted to do.
Yes.
So,
Now, you know what? Speaking of social work, and we're going to get back to that, did you get your degree from what school? What
Jackson
college?
State.
Me too.
I got my BS at Jackson State and went back in 2009 and got my master's
Social work.
in social work.
Me too, but I didn't get it in social work. I got my BS in psychology
Okay.
and my master in community counseling. Now here's the doozy. I never put the degrees to work for me.
No.
Did not put those degrees to work. Now, I found out with psychology, which is so interesting for anybody who is going into college to find out where you can utilize that degree. But with social work, you have a broad. Field to choose from.
That's exactly
but
right.
with psychology, it's not that open when you get out it and try to go and look for a job.
That's true.
But I didn't know that going in.
I've heard that. So with social work,
Because with social work, even a BS will open more doors for you, but
Yes.
with psychology, it's not, with the BS, it is not going to open that many doors. It'll open some, but not as many as social work. So for 31 years, you were a social worker dealing with mental health.
Yes, in the mental health.
Okay, good. So after 31 years, it was time to retire.
Yes, and just try something different. And I've always done the baskets. I started making baskets when my son was like 2 years old. And the reason I got started doing that is because the ones in the store, they just didn't have enough in them. They didn't look nice, and you paid arm and a leg for them. And I was like, no, I want him to have this gigantic basket, and I have everything in it I want him to have in it. So that's how we got started with the baskets, and it just grew from there.
Well, but you were doing the basket before you retired.
Yes, I did for
You said ever since he was
2.
Okay.
And he is now 34.
Oh, okay.
So 34. 34. I
I
got
think
34.
I got a daughter that age.
34,
I
so-
lost track. I think I got a daughter that age too. You have a son, just the one?
I have a son and a daughter.
Okay.
And,
Any grandkids?
I have one granddaughter. She's 10.
Oh,
and
okay.
She's the love of our life.
Really? Are they
And,
close by?
Yes, she's actually lives in Natchez, and so she's here with her Paw and her Mimi, as you call us, every other week. So we still get a chance to
And she
be
calls
with
you what now?
Mimi.
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 How do you feel about being called grandmother?
I'm fine with
Yeah.
it. As some say now, grandmother.
Yes, I heard that a lot. Now, my grandkids, they call me by my name, Lady
Oh,
Walker.
really?
And that's because I made sure when they were growing up, that's when the name was changed early
Okay,
on.
okay.
And I said that, listen, I want you to call me Lady Walker. I know
Okay.
they're like, huh? Yes, you're going to start early on so that it won't be such a confusion as you get older. So I started them early on, calling me Lady.
Oh, okay. Well, she started off calling me Meemaw. And my daughter, we was at church one Sunday, and she wouldn't give her something, and she was like, Mimi, and she just kept from there, and so it's been Mimi ever since.
Oh,
So
okay. Well, that's good then. That is really good. So we are coming up on a break, and we are going to continue down the path of the business and some of the obstacles that you faced when you decided to branch out and start your own business.
Right.
31 years of working, for someone else. Now I want to start my own business. So now I got to, step out in faith and all of that, and not knowing some of the things that you may encounter along the way.
Right.
And how you persevered on through it. All right, well, RoShelle, what we are going to do is take a break and come back in and continue along that pathway.
Okay.
All right, beloved, we will be right back. Welcome back, my beloved peeps. My guest is RoShelle Halcomb. As I said, she's from Raymond, Mississippi, but her business is in Byram. Sassy Creations.
Yes.
It's in Byram.
Yes.
Okay.
Right. If anyone's familiar with Monty's Steak and Seafood, seafood and steak, I'm right next door to Monty's. So I tell a lot of people that's how you can find me. If you're not sure, if you know where Monty's is, you know where Sassy is.
Right next door.
Right next door.
Now, how long has the business been open?
We have been at Sassy a year and 3 months now. So fairly new.
Yes.
Yes.
Now tell us, what did you, when you decided you wanted to start your own business, tell us what did you encounter, the good and the bad?
Well, like I said earlier, I've always wanted to have my own business. I knew I was working full-time and trying to figure out, okay, how are you going to do this? So it ended up with my husband and I were going out to eat one evening, and he said, well, what you think about looking for a place in Clinton? And I well, what are you talking about? You know, and he's like, you still want to do your store? And I was like, yeah. So,
But
you
before
know,
then, you were doing your stuff from home.
I was doing from home. I was making my baskets from home, and or you know, if someone would say, "Hey, if you're out, you see such and such thing, you know, pick it up for me, or let me know, and I'll go get it." And so I said, "Okay." So working with people, and they telling me what they wanted, and doing the baskets. My biggest seller with the baskets was doing Easter.
Oh, okay, Easter.
It's always during Easter, and you know, we
So
just.
when your husband said, you know, about opening up a shop, I guess you had so much stuff in the home, at the home front.
Well,
that
yeah.
was in the way. And
that was one of our biggest, I would say, fight all the time. He always tell me, you got every crook and corner in the house filled with stuff, and you know.
I can understand
it
that.
didn't matter to me because, you know, it's mine, and
Right.
I'm working with it, so eventually I'm going to have something.
And so he just one day asked you, what about
Out of the blue,
Clinton?
You know, so I was like, oh, he giving me this go ahead now. So that was my clue right then. It's okay, you need to start looking. And so I did, and you know, I said, okay, one day I'm gonna find something. So December 16, 2016, I was sitting on my sofa, and I just threw my hands up, and I said, Lord, I'm going to step out on faith. 2017, I'm going to retire from my job. And it's just like the doors start opening. And
Really?
It's just like he was like,
when you decided to step out on faith.
Step out on faith. And it's just like, I've been waiting on you because you've been saying this is what you want to do, but you hadn't made any motion or anything to do it. So I just said, I'm getting ready to step out on faith. Went in January, the last part of January, and gave my notice. And
so that was the beginning of stepping out on faith.
Stepping out
with
on
you
faith.
giving your notice that you were going to retire.
And it was a little scary at first,
Oh,
but
I'm pretty sure it was.
you know, I just put my trust in him.
So what was your next step of faith? You decided, okay, I'm going to trust God, and I am going to put in for my retirement. And your next step was what? I got to go and find a building?
Well, you know, the funny thing about that is a lot of times we don't see what God is putting in our place. And all these times with me, my house being cluttered with everything, that was one thing. And then when I'm going out, I'll see things and I'm like, I need to get that because one day I'm gonna have my store. I will purchase things, put it in storage, or put it in the house, and I had to hear him. But we just, you know, it just went from there. And so after going through all that, and there's different business going out of business, and I would see things that I was like, oh, I could use that, and I would get it, and we just went from there. And June 1st, let me go back. I was looking around for a building. I looked in Jackson, and I looked in Clinton, but it was just not that niche of going to either one of those places. So I was sitting on that sofa in that same spot, and it's just like something said, look and see what Byram has. And when I opened the computer and typed in Byram businesses, the store that I have now popped right up in my face.
Wow.
Popped in my face, and I was like, and I read everything about it, and I told him about it, and he said, well, just go and look and see what they're talking about. And I did, and it was just like, this is where I want you, and that's where I am, in Byram.
Great. Now, how is the traffic? as far as, you know, drawing the people to your
It's
place?
building up now. You know, it was slow, and you know, every now and then we have a little slow period, but it's building up now, and it's a good thing. We advertising now in the local paper, so it's building up.
And you are out there on Facebook?
We're on Facebook. We even have a Facebook page, a storefront page, and we're on Facebook as well, and we have our email address. So.
Instagram? You're out there on Instagram?
Instagram.
I know there's a lot of social media platforms.
I hadn't got the Instagram because I have an Instagram page, but I have no idea how I actually got there.
That's too funny. I have no idea. I am like that too.
Because when it comes to the computer, I'm very illiterate to it. So I had to get my daughter, okay, you need to, okay, help me do this. And then she gets frustrated. And then I'm like, okay, well then you don't have to do it. And I'll try to figure it out. I'm like.
And that takes some time when you try to figure stuff out. It takes some time.
I don't know what I'm doing. So, but she's right there. If I asked her, she always will. Okay, Mama, you do it this way. You do it like this. And I'm like, okay, you still not telling me anything.
I know. Sometimes when my daughters will do certain things, show me how to do it, but I need to do it while you're watching me, just to make sure that I know how to do it when you're not here. That's how it is with me.
It's just like, it doesn't click. And so I'm learning a little bit about pieces, you know, and I said, did I put that out there right? And, Mama, you have to share it. I said, well, I thought I did that.
I can laugh at that because I do the same, and my daughters say the same thing. We're still learning, okay?
She calls me if I post something, Mama, you need to post it. You need to post it to your page. Well, didn't I do that?
But we are learning. Well, I tell you what, we are going to take a break and come back, and now we are going to get into the event that's coming up November the 24th. All right, then, my beloved peeps, we'll be right back. Welcome back, my beloved peeps. My guest is RoShelle Halcomb. She is the owner of Sassy Creations, and then you'll tell them the rest of the name of the business.
Sassy Creation Home Decor, Baskets and Gifts. And we're located in Byron, Mississippi.
Byron, Mississippi.
Yes.
Well, how's the traffic? You know, they've been building on the road forever in a day.
That is, I don't know who is more happy that that project has been completed.
Because it's been underway for years.
Exactly. And at first it was just slow, people getting to know where we were. And, you know, I've had customers come in and it was like, oh, I didn't know you all was over here. So things like that, and they were like, oh, so-and-so told us you was here, and I just want to look, and I'm like, by all means.
Great.
Look.
Now tell us about the event.
We are on November 24th. That is next Saturday. It is Small Business Saturday for the small business, and you know, they're encouraging people to support the small businesses. But on that day, we're also going to have Miss Vanessa Cousin, who is the author of I've Been Through the Valley But God, and it's a wonderful book. She's going to be there signing her book.
Great.
And we're going to have refreshment, popcorn, drinks, cakes or whatever. But we're also going to have a store-wide markdown on a lot of the items. So we're encouraging everyone to come out.
And what time will that take place?
It starts at 10 o'clock, and we will go until about 3 o'clock that evening. Miss Cousin will be there for about maybe 2 hours, 3 hours tops. So we're just encouraging and asking everyone to please come out and
Support small businesses.
small business.
And buy one of Miss Cousin's books.
That's right. And she's a wonderful lady. Matter of fact, she's a relative of mine, so that it makes it even more.
Exactly.
So,
and I don't know if she'll be bringing any of her CDs, because I know she got a CD out there.
She's going to bring her CDs. She has T-shirts as well.
Okay.
So you can purchase a T-shirt, and she will sign the book for you. And you know, if she can sign the T-shirt, she probably will sign that as well.
And it's an interesting book. I know. Maybe not this year, but next year she'll come out and I will interview her on her book, because the thing is about she's sharing what she went through with breast cancer,
yes,
and various other things.
Yes, she is a 3-time breast cancer survivor.
3 times.
3 times. So we're just looking forward to that day and her being with us, and the people coming out and supporting small businesses.
Do you interact with other or network with any other small businesses in your arena?
We do. That's one thing I always, and to support other small business. And I've met a lot of people in the Byron era. So it's, you know, we try to get out there as much as we can, and then we do festivals in different towns and things like that. We just did one this past weekend in Florence at the Florence Day, and that was good. It was cold,
yes,
but it was good. So things like that we try to do, and just get Sassy out there. And a lot of people ask, you know, how did you come up with the name Sassy
Yes,
Creations?
very interesting name.
Well, what I did was, when we got everything situated and I knew I was headed to get in the store. By the way, I retired June 1st. I got my keys to my store. June 30th, I retired. So in that middle there, I wrote down 10 names, and I had 5 people in my family. I said, I had my husband, my kids, my sister, and one of my sister-in-law. I said, okay, you all pick your top 3 and send it back to me. Well, when I got everything back, Sassy Creation was on every last one of them. And I was like, really? And so it takes my sister to holler, well, Miss Thing. And I was like, really? So that's how Sassy Creations.
Okay, now give me the hours of Sassy Creations.
Right now, we just changed the hours. We are Tuesday through Fridays, we're 10 to 5 o'clock. Saturdays, we're 10 to 3:30. Sunday and Monday, we're closed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now you wear all the hats.
All the hats. And some other hats.
Now, home decor, what does that entail? For people who may not understand that there's a wide range of various things dealing with the home.
Home decor, things that you decorate your home with, your office with. You can, we have the lamps, we have the picture frames. We have an array of things that you can just decorate with. And we do the baskets, we do...
and you said you do custom made?
We custom make our basket, because I want to know what you want and what you like and you would like to have in your basket. I don't just make baskets up and put them on the shelf. I don't do that, because that's not personal enough for me. I want your basket to be personable. So I just customize the way you want them. So. And
you do, especially someone who's new and want a custom made basket, they have to pay a deposit down.
We require that you do like a deposit down.
Exactly.
And then when do you come back to pick up your basket, because we'll let you know when to come back and get it, you know, the time frame and all. Okay. And you just pay it when you come pick it up.
Okay.
So.
Well, we are going to take our final break,
okay,
and we are going to come back and let you give out that contact information and the date and time again of the
Okay.
event.
Oh, okay.
All right, my peeps, we'll be right back.
Okay.
Welcome back, beloved. I tell you what, RoShelle is going to give out any information, contact information, and the time and date of the event that's coming up November, with next weekend. She's going to give out that information just in case you are interested in coming out and supporting and attending. So RoShelle, you are more welcome to give out any contact information.
Okay. Well, we're encouraging, like I said, for you to come out to Sassy Creations, Home Decor, Basket and Gift, 121 South Point Drive, and that's Byron, Mississippi. And our address, our phone number is 769-233-7924. And you can reach us on Facebook, sassycreationfacebook.com. And we also have a storefront, which is Sassy Creation 2017 at gmail.com. Our store hours are Tuesday through Friday, 10 to 5, and on Saturdays, 10 to 3:30, excuse me. And we just look forward to seeing you.
And again, there's November the 24th,
Yes.
10,
10 to 3.
3.
And that is our book signing with Miss Vanessa Cousin.
All righty. Well, RoShelle, it has been a plum pleasing pleasure
Well, it's
to
been a
sup a
pleasure
little
to be
tea
here.
with you.
It's been a pleasure to be here.
All
So
right.
Thank you.
Well, I look forward to talking with you again.
Okay.
And you are more than welcome to come out and grace us with your presence anytime you feel the need to.
Okay, and you're more welcome to come out to Sassy Creation anytime you can.
Well, thank you ever so much, my love. In the meantime, beloved, thanks a trio for tuning in. And guess what? I am going to plant you now. You know I am. And dig you later.
Lady Walker Show.
Ta-ta.